Welcome back to the Venom Workshop. So today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you how to remove the body off the Jeep. Um, it's a bit of a task, but there's some things that you can't get to very well unless you do remove the body on this. The voltage rectifier, the CDI, the solenoid, all that stuff is kind of in a place that's very hard to get to. So I'm going to show you how to remove this all, especially if you broke off a fender and you had to buy a body kit, or even if you had to repair this body kit. It's much easier to take it off to repair it than to try to repair it on the Jeep. So there's a few things that we're going to have to do to take it off. The windshield's going to have to come off, absolutely. The roll rack in the back, the seat's going to have to come off, mirrors are going to have to come off. The hood doesn't really need to come off. The front grille here is actually separate. So this grille part is separate from the Jeep itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you how to take it all. Like I said, the whole thing I want it off, so we can get to the wiring. The wiring, like again, the wiring harness would be very hard to change unless you took off the body. So I'm going to show you today, like I said, how to get the body off. So I'm going to get my tools together here, and then step by step, we're going to start taking everything off. It's not a huge thing to do, but it's time consuming. So it's going to take us a bit of time. But like I said, if you need to take the body off, and I've had to take the body off on these a few times, it happens for different things, especially getting to wiring, stuff like that. I would rather have the body off where I can get a good look at it. So I'm going to get my tools together, and then we're going to get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to want to do is take my seat off. That's just, it has to come off for this. Take the seat off, it's not very difficult. Literally, we just come up here. There's a handle right here. It just pushes over like that, and then the seat just, and if you just tap it from the back, usually it'll come right out like that. And so I'm just going to lift it out, put it over here. All right. Now, a lot of what holds this body on, believe it or not, is these tracks right here. They hold it to the frame right there. So the frame runs right along there, and those tracks hold it on. There's some bolts back here that we have to take these out for the seat belts. But our rear rack has to come off first, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that off. And for that, we're just going to need a 10mm ratchet, and that's it. So let's get that. You're going to want a short socket on your ratchet. I'm not going to take my side, my cross members like off. I'm just going to take these ones that hold it straight down to the bottom. And these ones here. Your spare tire and your gas tank are also going to have to come off. Your windshield will also have to come off. Like I said, it's not that it's impossible or that the work is hard, but it's very time consuming. off like that. Just go over here now. Move away. And then, like I said, our gas tank's gonna have to come off. You'll want to have a bolt tray too, something to put your bolts in, because there's going to be some bolts. So, gas tank has to come off. But not just the gas tank has to come off, the actual mount has to come off. So does the spare tire and the spare tire mount. The mounts for that are all 10 mil. So we can get that off in just a second. I'm gonna get that tire though. I think I need a 17 mil to get the tire off. Okay, so we'll come around to the back here. And we need to pull our tire off, like I said. And we'll just move our tire out of the way too. And my lug nuts I can just leave on here. Alright, so now we're going to need a 10 mil because these two brackets have to come off. So for the tire mount, there's just 10 mil on each side and one at the bottom. Okay, a little closer. the two bottom bolts off of that. So underneath here, there's going to be a bolt on each side. Let me just take it off. All right. Alrighty. So now there's just the rails come off. I have to take the windshield off, but we're just going to keep moving forward, and everything needs to come off. We're going to take off. Okay, so next what we're going to need to do is we're going to get right under the Jeep. We need to snip these two wires for our lights. So there's not the wires actually, but just the zip ties holding them. Please don't snip the wires. So we're going to snip the zip ties holding that so we can unplug them, and then we'll go from the back to the front, getting rid of all of our bolts that mount this to the body, and then by the time we get to the front, it'll just we can lift it right off. You're not going to need anything too crazy for tools. You will need a 10 mil wrench, a 13 mil wrench, a 15 mil socket with an extension if possible, and you'll need a number 5 Allen key. So, get my bolt and nuts here. So let's get underneath here. Let's get I'm gonna hopefully be able to put my camera down here. So it wants us to see what I need to do. There we go. We should be able to jump through there. And so we have a little light on the situation. Okay, so let's see if we can actually bring up even more. Okay, so that's where you're going to want to be cutting, like these zip ties right here have to be snipped off, and that's the ones for your lights. So, just going to jump in there. Get out of here. No problem. I can always put new zip ties, so it's not a big deal. Okay. Again, that's for your tail light. So you want to just disconnect that. There we go. And then there's another one on the other side. Same thing. Sorry, it's just really tight for my camera here, but if I can. And there's your other plug. And so we're going to have to snip it right there. And then we'll just go ahead and get that out of the way because I want to cut that zip tie. Okay. Okay, now so the body is joined where your seatbelt joins right here. Let's see if we can move that a little bit. Sorry guys, it's really tight in here. So right here, and in each corner. So to take this off is a 13 and a 15. So at the bottom here is 15. And then the top is 13. So we can put the 13 wrench up on top. Okay. Now I'll pull that bolt out. And once I pull it out, I'm just going to put it right on my nut so I don't get mixed up with those. And then it's going to be the same for the corner. Each corner is going to have the same thing. Let's see if we can. Let's crank it down. Okay, so I should be right around the corner here, right where my fingers are. I'm going to get that one next. Your wrench tight too, so you're not slamming into the bottom of your Jeep like I just did. Okay. I'm going to remove those. Okay, so that one's done. Now I just have to remove the other corner. I'm sure you guys understand that, so I'm just going to remove it, and then I will be right back, and I'll show you the next bunch of bolts. Okay, so we're back up at the rails here, and now next what we're going to do is we're going to take out these two bolts, and we're going to do it on both sides. It's not that bad. You need a 10 mil wrench, and you'll need a socket with a 12 mil on it. So, just get a little bit so you can reach down there. Get to it. So let's go to our 12 mil here. Oops, wrong side. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a 12 mil. I was wrong. It is a 13. Okay. tight. So I'm just gonna put my 2 nuts right on these rails, just like that. And then you just do the exact same on the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick up my rails. I'm gonna get them out of the way. I'm gonna grab my seat belts. I don't need those either. And I'll put those away. So next is gonna be our floor. So this is pretty well all up off the frame now. There's nothing holding the frame back here. So now we're going to start on the floor, and the floorboards, so where the floorboards are, the back here, that goes right through down to the frame, and the same on the other side. So all you need to take those out is a number 5 Allen key and a number 10. I'm going to use a number 10 wrench, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to kind of can the camera over here. So we'll have a look at me doing this. Okay. So I just have a number 5 Allen key on my driver. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it, but I can reach underneath with my wrench, and it's just a 10mm wrench. And then you can just screw it out like you would with a screwdriver. And you're going to want to remove all these floorboards. So the 2 up at the back here, and then the ones in the front, you're going to want to do that too. But I'll show you how we do that. So reach over to the next one. And even if you think that there's no hand room in there, there is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the ones on the other side, just so, like I said, it's just repetitive. So I will be right back. Okay, so next we're going to remove our front bolts. I already did the ones on the other side, but these ones right here, so there's 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. Like I said, I already moved the ones on the other side. But you want to remove these, and like I said, this is a number 5. Okay. And I know you're getting quite a pile of bolts and nuts there. Don't get too concerned. I know where they all go. So we'll get you fixed up. Now let's get this all off, and then we can take the windshield off. There we go. So just like that, so that's done. Okay, so the floor is all out. Now we can lift up the body a lot. Okay, so now we have to remove the windshield for the windshield, you're going to need a 10 mil socket with your ratchet, obviously. And you're also going to need a 15 mil. So down here is going to be a 10 mil. This one got scratched apparently a little bit. All right, so that should be a 10 underneath there, yeah. And I'm not going to remove the brackets off the windshield. I'm just removing this mount here. And I'm also going to remove the mount where the mirror is, and that's it. And then just take it off in one shot, just like this. There we go. And our dish. Okay. And then the next one is the mount right here under the mirror. And like I said, it's just a 15 mil. And then when that mirror pops out, I'm just going to leave this nut on a little bit. When that mirror pops out, then the windshield's just going to pop right off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go do the other side. And once you do your other side, I'll be right here. Okay, so now I just need to grab the windshield. I've removed all the bolts. When I pick this up, I want to make sure it doesn't scratch any of the body panels. So just lift straight up like that, and then you can get it out of the way. Now, there's really not much holding the body on, but we're going to want to disconnect the gas tank and take it out. And the reason we're going to do that is behind this gas tank, the gas tank right there, behind that is all the plugs for the dash. So we want to make sure and take all those plugs off the body, right? So like all those panels, so all the stuff that's on the dash here, the key, all that stuff, all those switches, we're going to want to disconnect those. And to disconnect those, we have to remove the gas tank. Gas tank's not hard to remove. You just need an 8 mil socket and a 10 mil wrench. I don't know what I do with my 10 mil, but we're going to track it down. There it is. All right. Through the 8s. Okay, and then you got a 10 mil underneath there. And like I said, our bolt dish is getting very full. Even if it's getting full, I'll show you every bolt and how to put it back. Now this one, you gotta remember it holds the horn. So when we put this back on, we're gonna wanna make sure and put that horn back on that one. And it's the exact same on the other side. So as soon as I get this bolt off, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and you can do the same, and then we'll get ready to lift the gas tank out together. Okay, so now our gas tank, you just grab the two brackets just like that, just lift them out, lift up your tank like this, and underneath your tank, there's a shut-off valve there, and then you can just disconnect it off the filter. There we go. And then the whole tank just comes right out. So we're gonna take that out, we're gonna just get it out of the way. And now you can see what I was talking about, all the wires in behind. So all these wires are connected into the dash. You're going to want to disconnect them. So when we lift this out, so I'm going to snip these zip ties here and here. Just grab my snips. Okay. That off like that, and get all the plugs. And some things, like some switches, I'll probably I can disconnect some, but there's one top one there that I can't disconnect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take the switch right off, but all the other ones I can just disconnect like this. That ignition, I can just disconnect it. There we go. So the only thing that's left connected, it's going to be a problem for us, is the top switch and the bottom switch, and I'll show you which one I'm talking about so we can just take them out. And that's, we'll put the hood down. These ones right here. And all you do to disconnect these right here is just that unscrew that little toggle off it like that, put them aside, and then just get a pair of pliers and you can loosen off that nut. I didn't want that to move. Of course it does, just because I didn't want it to. So you just have to hold the switch while you take it out. And if you don't, what you're going to do is you're going to twist the wires around until you snap them. So you don't want to do that. So all you do is remove that, just like that. And take the little plate. Of course, I dropped the washer twice. Okay. So just put that right back on the switch. And then you know which ones it goes on. Okay, now we're going to get the other switch right there. Just like that. And I'll just put it right back on the switch. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, So that should be, all the gauges should be disconnected, all that stuff. So now what you have to do is just remove 3 more screws, and that's these ones right here. So you'll need a Phillips and a 10 now. And you're going to want to unplug your headlights, and that's it. Well, your headlights and your signal lights, I'm sorry. In the front, it's just one, or in the back, it's just one apparatus, but in the front, it's 2 plugs. Okay. Well, I guess technically, no, you don't need to take out the headlights. The headlights are not part of the actual body. The headlights are only on the grille. And I don't really need to take the grille out. So we should be able to lift the body off now, just like that. So put our big bowl of screws out of the way. Now I should be able to, yeah, lift it up and get it out of the way. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get some help and get somebody to help me lift this off, and I will be right back. Okay, so everybody's kind of busy, so I'm going to see if I can do this myself. Now, it shouldn't be that difficult. The hardest part, honestly, is getting the body panel around these posts that are for the roll cage, the roll bars on it. So you have to kind of just give it a little bit more oomph. Like that. Okay, now we're up. Literally nothing holding the body up. And the floor. Go ahead and take that out. Shifter knob. It'll make it easier to get off the floor. Nope, just like that. And the reason you want to take the floor off is because it'll hold the pedals. Would have been a real pain in the butt if I'd have tried to do that without taking the floor out. So set the floor over here. Like I said, our body is up now and mostly off the frame. Here we go, just like that. So now I'm going to put my hand here underneath here, here underneath here. Oh, I see. So it's actually my choke cable that's holding it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to disconnect the choke cable on the carburetor, which is not a huge deal. You just need a little screwdriver. Down we go, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So all the way over there at the carb, you'll see that the choke cable is what's stopping us from getting off of here. So I'm going to go to the other side actually, because that's where the screw is. Here we are. And yeah, the screw is just right here. Okay, Now we can take that choke cable out. Like that, and that's it. And we'll go back to the other side. And we're gonna lift the whole body off. And it would probably be easier to do with somebody else, but I'm so used to working by myself in the shop that I just got used to doing stuff by myself. Okay, so now we're just straight up. And that's good because we forgot one plug, and that's what's holding us in the front. Like that, there we go. So now, once you lift your body off, you'll just be right at the frame. So I'm going to lift it right off. Like that. And let's get it out of the way. Set it down gently so you can hack it right here. Here we go. And look at this dual buggy. So this is what your Jeep looks like with the frame on, or with the body off. That's it right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to give it a wipe. I'm going to take a look around at everything. Like I said, this is your wiring for your CDI, your solenoid, and your voltage rectifier. But if you notice something there, you can't get to that unless you have some sort of access panel here. And we don't, so when you take the body off is a good time to check all that out. So I'm going to just look at all the stuff on here real quick, and I'll be right back.